Begin our class today without any further delay. Let's discuss on the topics which I promised yesterday. So yesterday at the end of the lecture I told you that today we will be discussing on single dimensional arrays and prime numbers, but I strongly feel that single dimensional array itself will take us one full class. 1D arrays are very important to understand. There are multiple types of questions which you may face in interviews on single dimensional arrays. Very simple questions, but yet we may lose on those questions if we don't practice, if we haven't seen them beforehand. So better, I want to give you an exposure to good number of questions on single dimensional arrays. So all of you can just go to this location, protectedtext.com, data structures 8 pm. I added a new page today, assignments on 1D arrays, and I have mentioned around 10 questions. Some are basic, some need little advanced thinking, but still this is the assignment for you, all the 10 questions. So you should definitely work on these questions, try to implement. Today I'll try to solve few for you to give you a basic idea, and rest you should implement yourselves. Use the WhatsApp group efficiently, discuss the questions, discuss your solutions, your approaches, and come to the right conclusions. You can even Google and find out the right ways to solve these questions. But before Googling, use your own brains, use your own laptops, use your own coding platforms and implement. Try writing something. When you completely fail, 10 minutes your mind goes blank and you don't understand what to do, then you Google, then you better ask your friends on the WhatsApp group, discuss, do something. But first step to practice, first step to solve a question is we must try ourselves. We must use our brains in trying to get a solution for the question. So this is very, very important. Unless you use your brains, you simply go and look at the code in the Google and you try to mug it up, useless. It's not going to work out like that. Coding doesn't work like that. You have to learn. You have to learn thinking. You have to think yourselves. Okay? Without any further ado, let's begin with the first question. Yeah. So the first question for today is, write a program. Let me take this first. Say a given array, you have been given an array and you are asked to find the sum of all the elements and the average value of all the elements in the given array. So this is the task. So how to achieve it? It's a very simple question. Let me quickly code. I'm not going to give you time to understand and implement this. This is very easy. I will give you time for difficult questions. Okay? Class. Let me name this class as sum average. Sum avg. Okay? Let me save this as sum avg.java. Somebody joined. All of you please be on time, otherwise it disturbs me a lot. You please be on time. When I say 8, I will be there sharp at 8. I can wait at max till 8:05. All of you please join before 8:05. Manage to join before 8:05. Otherwise it keeps disturbing the class in between, pinging. Please don't do that. Try to be punctual. So class sum average. Public static void main. String args. Just see. Somebody is again late. Who is this? Admit. Okay, they are going out and coming in. Okay, understand. Sorry. So let me take integer array. How to create an array? See, if you observe, this is an array or not? String args is an array. Whenever we use the square brackets, we are actually creating an array. So int array, and we can create an array in this fashion. Give the values here, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there are 10 elements in a given array, 1 to 10. Now question is, we have to find out the sum and average values of the elements in this array. So let's consider that there is a public static void find some average. There is a function, there is a method which is going to do this job for me, and the only argument it will take is, it will take an array. That's it. Now I can pass this particular array to this method to do the job for me. Okay, so how to do that? Find some average. Because this method is in the same class, we can refer to it directly. We need not even define an object, we can directly use it. Correct? We can directly use it. So find some average array. That's it. Now we are passing this entire array to this method. Now we have to play here. Implement your code here. So what to do? First let us find sum of the elements. Very simple. Just create a for loop, int I equal to 0, I less than how much? This method doesn't know how many elements are there in the array. How to do that? For that we have a solution. What is it? A dot length. I'll call it int n is equal to a dot length, I less than n, I plus plus. See, inside an array there is a variable called as length which stores the number of elements in the array. So a dot length will return us the number of elements in the given array. Okay, so that I am taking into n and I am using n here as the size. Now how to get the sum? So we have to create a variable called sum. Okay, we have to create a variable called sum and let the initial value of the sum be 0, because we are going to add, right? Initially there shouldn't be any value in sum, it must be 0, and as soon as we keep adding, its value keeps increasing. Correct? So sum plus equal to, you know this operator? This is a shortcut. Plus equal to is nothing but sum equal to sum plus. We can write it sum plus equal to. So sum plus equal to a of I. That's it. Done. Once finish. Just see. My first part of the question is done. I have found out the sum of the elements. So let's try to run this and check whether it's really working or not. Correct? Yeah. So let's try to run this in the command prompt. Where is it? It is in the D drive and dir. In D drive I have created DSA classes. Correct. In D drive I have created CD DSA classes. Yes. dir. Yes. Here are all the questions. So I saved this as sum average.java. So Java C sum average.java. Let me increase the font size so that you will be able to see it clearly. Yeah, now I hope it is visible to everyone. And Java, I have to run the class in which I implemented the code. What is that class name? Sum average. The sum of the array elements is 55. Perfect answer. 1 to 10 if you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus till here it is how much? 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 21. 28. 36. 36 plus 9, 45, plus 10, 55. So correct answer. There is no mistake in my code. Now the first part of the question is done. I have found out the sum. Now I have to find the average. Do I need to implement a separate code to find average, or is there a shortcut to find average? Very simple. I need not implement any extra logic. I have to simply print the average. Simply print the average of the array is, and I have to simply say sum divided by n. That will give me a rounded up value. That will give me a rounded up value of the average. Say if you want not just a rounded up value, you want a floating point value, something like that. Even that can be done by typecasting it to float. It can be done by typecasting it to float. Say I can even typecast here float. The value is typecasted to float, and then if I try to do this, do the same thing, cls java c sum average dot java and java sum average. See, I got the average of the array is 5.5. If you want in floating point, you have to typecast either the sum or the n into float. If you remove this float, and try to do the same thing again, you will get only 5. Just see, you will get only 5. Only 5. Are you seeing? We are getting only 5. Why? Because when you divide an integer by an integer, you will get a rounded up value. You will get the truncated value. All the decimal points will be truncated, and you will get only the integer part. You will not get the floating part. Got it? But if you want to get the exact average, you want the floating point values also, then you have to typecast. How to typecast? Either convert the sum to float, or you can convert n, the value n, the size, into float. Anything will work. One of these, if converted to float, internally the sum by n will be converted to float. Automatically JVM will take care. It will convert everything to float. Got it? That's it. My question is done. See, I am getting the right answer. Java C sum average dot Java sum average. 55 is the sum and 5.5 is the average. Very simple. A very simple question. Correct? So the first question is done. I have solved this question. Whichever question I am solving, let me put a star mark here so that we'll keep track. Okay. Now what else? Find the missing number is difficult. Check whether a given array is sorted or not. Little difficult. Write a program to cyclically rotate. Difficult. Yeah. Let's do this. This is the next question. Read the question carefully. Very simple question. Very simple question. And now I want you to think and give me a solution. Max element dot Java. Max element dot Java. Class max element. Public static void main string args. Okay. Now I have an array, int array, and say I have an array, given array. This time let me take some random array. 5, 2, 4, 6, 5, 7, 1, 2, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay. I have some random array. Don't think that only single digit values are ever. You can even have bigger values also. No issues. You can have bigger values also. You can even have negative numbers also. There is no limit. You can even have negative numbers also. Remember. Okay. Now the question is, write a program to search for the maximum element in an array of integers. Just see this array. What should be the output after it traverses through the entire array? What should be the output? Any doubt? What should be the output? 101 should be the output. Yes, Angad almost gave, Angad gave the right answer. Yes, good, Angad, you are able to think well. No, Sudanand, what are you doing, man? After 100, what is the number? See now, 100 is greater or 101 is greater? The output should be 101. So how to do this? How to achieve this? Very simple. Int max element, let me call maxi. Okay, let me call this as maxi. So integer maxi is equal to array of 0, and I will write a for loop from int I is equal to 1, I less than array dot length I plus plus. So I am iterating throughout the array from 1 to array length. Why 1? Because already I have taken maxi equal to 0. Say, so I am taking 5 as the maximum value. I am taking whatever is the first location value, 5 as the maximum value in this case. And then for every next value, I am iterating from where to where? I am iterating from 3 onwards, and I am iterating till the end. And every time I get a value, I compare it with the maximum value. I compare it with the maximum value. If the maximum value is smaller than the existing value, then I update the maxi. I update the maxi with the greater element. I hope easy, right? Got it right? It's not a very difficult thing to think of. See, suppose I came to a class and there are 30 students in the class, and I want to approach each and every student and find out who got the maximum marks in the mathematics subject. Everyone got their papers, everyone know their result now, but nobody is telling out, nobody is announcing. So the only option I can do, the only way I can approach and find out is I have to approach each fellow and get the maximum value from them, maximum result from them. How to do that? Say in that class there are many students. There is Akib, there is Raghav, there is Sai Reddy, there is Chaitanya, there is Angad, there is Ritu, there is Bhagyalakshmi, there is Kalyan. Everyone is there in the class. So I will start with the first fellow. Whoever is the first fellow, I ask him, Bhaiya kitna mila aapko? How much? Ento vachinda nik marks? So he will tell, Anna, I got 75 out of 100. Okay, till now whatever values I know, 75 is the maximum. Okay, 75 is the maximum. 75 is the maximum. With 75 in mind, I will approach the next fellow. The next fellow is, say, Akib. I asked Akib, how much did you get in mathematics? He will tell, Anna, I got 67. Oh, 67. That means the first fellow is more than you, because the first fellow is 75, right? So I need not update my maximum value. Till now my maximum value is 75 only. Let's proceed ahead. Next is Anandam. Anandam, ఎంత వచ్చింది నీకు mathematics లో? So Anandam told, I got 78 marks. Then immediately I have to update my maximum value. Till now my maximum was 75, but now Anandam is telling he got 78. So let's update the 75, remove the 75 from my maxi and update it with 78. And let's move ahead. Then I go to Ratnesh. Ratnesh told, I got 95. My God, 95 is like super duper hit. Then I'll update my maximum again. Understanding how to keep an updated value of maximum while checking each and every value in the array. Very simple. So let's do that. If array of I is greater than maxi, then simply update maxi. Maxi is equal to array of I. And don't do anything in case of the other cases. What are the other cases? The other cases are either array of I is less than maxi or array of I is equal to maxi. In both the cases, my maxi value is still valid. Correct? So once this for loop ends, just print system.out.println of the maximum value in the array is, and output is maxi. Very simple. That's it. My code is finished. So let me run this code. CLS java c max element dot java max element. The maximum value in the array is 101. Perfect answer. Perfect answer. Got it? Now tell me, if you could understand this code, very simple code, right? Very simple code. Now let's write the other code. What is the other code? Let's take this. Do you think I have to rewrite entire code? Do you think I have to rewrite the entire code, or I can simply copy paste the previous code and do some edits? I can simply edit, right? I can simply take this, bring it here, but let me, oh sorry, I have copied a wrong code. Max elements. Take this code, copy paste here, and simply change max element into min element. That's it. And maxi को mini कर देंगे and greater than को less than कर देंगे, mini कर देंगे, mini the minimum value in the array is and mini, and now I save it as min element dot java. That's it. So I have to simply go cls java c min element dot java. Java min element, the minimum value in the array is 55. Cross check if it is correct or not. 55 is the smallest, right? Minus 45 and minus 55. Minus 55 is the smallest. Correct? So it's working fine. Very simple. I didn't endeavor at all in writing the third code. It was almost copy paste, simple edits. That's it. 3 questions are done. 3 questions out of 10 questions are done. We are only left with 7 more questions. Tell me, which question should I pick next? Now choice is yours. Which question should I pick next? Just see the protectedtext.com new page added by me. In that you will find all the questions. This question is done. This question is done. And this question is also done. Updated. Just go and check which question you want me to write now. Quick. Question number batao. Question number. Which question? We are left with 3 to 9. Akib says third question. Yes, Akib. Let's write third question. So, third question. I will call this code as rotate array.java. So, class rotate array, that's it. Public static void main string args, and now let me take a array, int array, and say the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Okay. Now write a program to cyclically rotate an array by 1. Write a program to cyclically rotate an array by 1. What do you mean by cyclically rotating? Cyclically rotating matlab kya? I'll show you. What do you mean by cyclically rotating? So cyclically rotating, so 1, 2, little thicker line, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so this is my array. This is my array. Observe carefully. Cyclic rotation means the way clock runs in this fashion, right? This fashion. So I have to rotate this array. That means 1 should come here, 2 should come here, 3 should come here, 4 should come here, 5 should come here, and 6 should come here. This is called cyclic rotation. Yani the final output should be 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That's it. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is called cyclic rotation of an array by one position. Cyclic rotation of an array by one position. How many of you got this question? How many of you got the question? Is question clear to everyone? Chaitanya, it's ulta. Yeah, what you have done is ulta. That's anti-clockwise. I am saying clockwise. Okay, I said clockwise. Clear? Everybody understood the question. Now, can you tell me how to solve this question? Before I do it, I want you to think. I give you 2 minutes time. So it's 8:31. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Think. कैसे कर सकते हैं? Very simple question, not very difficult. If I ask you to rotate by more positions, not just one, if 2 or 3 positions, then the question becomes difficult. Then you have to use best time complexity and best space complexity possible. That I will discuss later, not now. Data structures चालू करने के बाद I will discuss that question, not now. Right now I am just making you familiar with arrays, loops, matrices, everything else. Some mathematical terms like prime numbers, factorials, etc. etc. Ritu they says array I plus plus is equal to array I. Array I plus plus is equal to array I. Actually, there is a problem, Ritu. If you do this, you will lose data. You will lose the data. Just think why I am saying you will lose the data. You will lose the data. By doing this, you will lose the data. Yes, one temporary variable is needed. Definitely one temporary variable is needed. Array Akev, you have to use for loop. When you are dealing with arrays, for loop is mandatory. You cannot do anything without for loop unless you know streams and lambda expressions. You have to use for loop. That's mandatory. When you are dealing with arrays, matrices, for loops compulsory. Think about for loops only, nothing else. Ratnesh made the point, a temporary variable is needed. Ritu, please think on this. Why temporary variable is needed? If you dry run your code, you will understand the problem. Array I plus plus equal to array I, there is a big problem in that. Yes, Ritu, got it. Good. So think how to do this. Okay, enough of time given, so let me proceed. Good that at least somebody thought. For int I equal to 0, int I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus, for loop starts. So I have to take a temporary variable. Int temp is equal to array of 0. Int temp equal to array of 0. What is my question? The first value should move here and the last value should come here. Correct? The last value should come here. So instead of storing 0th value, let me store the last value. Okay, and let me run the loop from 1. And now I will write the code. Array of I can run the loop ulta. Array dot length greater than 0 I minus minus. I am running the loop ulta. I am starting from back and I am coming to front to the first, and I will come only till the first position. I'll come only till the first position, not the 0th position. I will not touch the 0th position. And now my code is array of I is equal to array of I minus 1. That's it. And finally once we reach the once we finish the copy of the 0th element into first element, now we have to copy the temp into the 0th element. So array of 0 is equal to temp. And now if I use for int I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus, and I will use I'll print system dot out dot println print of array of I plus space. That's it. My work is done. So let me make you first understand what did I do. You should first understand, otherwise no use. नीचे कैसे आएंगे, एक मिनट. Yeah, so let me tell you what did I exactly do here. So earlier it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Correct? This is my array. So this is the 0th index, this is the first index, this is the second index, this is the third index, this is the fourth index, and this is the fifth index. Okay, so array dot length will return me how much? The value of array dot length will be how much? 6. Oh, there is an error. Okay, so array dot length will return me 6, and the last element is at which index? 5th index. So I am creating a temporary variable called temp, and I am storing 6 into it. Correct? This value I am storing it here, and then I am running a loop from 5 till 1. From here I am starting and I am running till here. In every iteration, what I am doing, I am copying the smaller index value to present index. So this value will become 5. And when loop continues, I minus minus will happen. I minus minus means 5 will become 4. And once I becomes 4, I am copying I minus 1 value into I. Yani this value is copied here. So this value will become 4. In the next iteration, this value is copied here, 3. In the next iteration, this value is copied here, 2. And in the next iteration, this value is copied here, 1. And now here right now I am having 1. Once the for loop ends, right now this value is 1. There is a duplicate of 1. So that is the reason in the 0th location I am copying temp data. That's it. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I achieved my solution. I achieved whatever I wanted. I achieved. I hope thing is clear. Now let me run this code for your satisfaction. I am sure this code is going to work fine, but still let me run this code. Java c rotate array dot java rotate array. 6 1 2 3 4 5. It's working perfectly fine. Did you get the solution? Did you get what I am saying, everyone? Is this question clear? Yes, Chaitanya says yes. Now my question to you is, in this question I asked you to rotate only by one position. What if I ask you to rotate by 3 positions or 4 positions or 100 positions or 200 positions, or in short n positions, whatever user enters, you have to keep rotating. Now you may ask, अरे इतना positions कैसे rotate कर सकते हैं? In the array itself there are some 5-6 elements. How can you rotate 100 times? अरे बाबा, it can be rotated any number of times. You keep rotating because it's a cycle. You keep rotating, है ना? Keep rotating. 6 will come here, 1 will go there, 1 can again come here, 1 will again come here, right? You can rotate any number of times. So this is a question which will require very advanced logics to solve it, but any one of you can really solve it today or tomorrow. That's wonderful, amazing. Definitely we should all give a big round of applause for you, whoever can solve this immediately or within 1-2 days, understanding the logic in Google and trying to solve it. A brute force approach. When I say brute force, what does that mean? A brute force approach means a very naive approach. In short, bacha approach. A brute force approach will be use an extra for loop, an outer for loop, to run this n times. See, this code is rotating how many times? This particular code is rotating 1 time. So if I add an extra loop, say, I'll simply copy paste this code from here. I'll copy paste it here. Rotate array n times. Okay. Now I will simply use an extra for loop. For int j is equal to 1, j less than equal to n, j plus plus. So n is the number of times I have to rotate, the number of positions I have to rotate. Okay. So just see. That's it. N is the number of times I have to rotate. Who will give n to me? Say user is giving me n, or I will mention n initially. Int n is equal to 10 times, or say 3 times. To first understand, let's take n equal to 3 times. I will save it as a rotate array n times .java. If I rotate it n times, yani 3 times, each time I am rotating by 1 by 1 by 1. So final output will be what? It is cyclically rotating 3 times. So one time rotation will give me 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another time rotation will give me 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another time rotation will give me 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So this should be my final output. Correct? This should be my final output. Let me check. Class Java C rotate array n times .java. Compiled fine. Java rotate array n times. Oh, big problem. Even this fellow should be inside. Yeah, even this fellow should have been inside. Four, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Yes, working. But I'm telling you, this is a bacha approach. Bacha approach means useless approach. This approach is not very good approach. I will tell you the reason when I will discuss asymptotic analysis. I will tell you the reason when we will discuss the syllabus, first part of the syllabus in data structures, asymptotic analysis. This particular code will take big O of n square. Big O of n square. N square time complexity, which is very bad. This question can be solved in a time complexity of big O of 1. Now you may not understand what I am saying. Some of you might understand, those who know data structures from before. Those who don't understand, please don't mind. We will discuss a better solution for this question when I will start discussing asymptotic analysis, and when we will actually start seeing better questions on arrays. These questions which I gave you now, these 10 questions are very easy questions. Very easy questions. I am telling you, there are much difficult questions on arrays, single dimensional arrays than these, which you have to solve eventually. Slowly, once you start getting hands on arrays, you have to practice more difficult questions than this. So I actually got some of these questions from Geeks for Geeks. See, top 50 array coding questions. So most of the questions I picked up are from level 1, and now you see there are level 2 questions, there is level 3 questions. In this you have to use hash maps, you have to use tree sets to solve these questions. I'm telling you, to solve these questions you have to use much more complex data structures, not so easy. Okay, so it takes time, don't worry, it takes time. Yes, because of nested for, the time complexity is more. There is no need of a nested for actually to solve this question. Anyways, did you understand my solution? Did everyone understand my solution? The outer for loop is simply repeating the one position shift n number of times. That's it, nothing else. Very simple. If you understood the first logic of rotating, shifting by one position, the next question is very easy to understand. We are simply iterating, we are simply looping it for n times. That's it. Clear? So now let's go back. We finished this question. Question number 3 finished. We are left with 6 more questions, and we are left with only some 15 more minutes. So tell me which question you want to see next. Question number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just go through the questions. Which question you want to see? Fastest finger first. Quickly tell me which question you want to see. 4, 5. Sudan get ready, said 7. Okay. Others 6. Whichever number gets more number of votes, I will solve that question. So I want votes of everyone, all the 18 people. 6. Angad says 6. Yani 6th question is difficult, it seems. Angad is telling 6 means. Raju says 6. Akib says 6. My god. Okay, got it. 6th wala hi karenge. Next 6th. Sort the array of zeros, ones and twos. Wonderful question, right? Sort the array of zeros, ones and twos. Let me save this as sort 012.java. Sort 012.java. Class sort 012. That's it. That's the class name. Public static void main string args. So say I have an array which looks something like this. 0, 1, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0, 0, 1. Some random array, something like this, which is consisting of lot of zeros and lot of ones and lot of twos, and they are all random. They are not in a given order. They are all random. Okay, this is the array I have. So my question is, you have to sort it in ascending order. Sort the array in ascending order. Sort the array in ascending order. What do you mean by ascending order? It should be 0, 0. Let me. Okay. How many zeros are there? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 zeros. There are 6 zeros. And how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many twos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something is missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 1, 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there are 8. There is one more. Yeah, now it is fine. So this should be the output. Your output. Your output should be this. Tell me, how will you achieve it? How will you achieve it? I am giving you 2 minutes time to think. You need not use any sorting algorithms. You need not use any sorting algorithms. This question can be solved in a very, very simple way. You simply start traversing from the first element till the end. That's it. You will do some swappings and you can solve this question. I am giving you a very easy hint also to understand. So give you 2 minutes time. 2 minutes time to quickly think of a solution, a simple solution. You need not use a bubble sort. You need not use an insertion sort. No need of selection sort. No need of merge sort. No need of quick sort. No need of radix, bucket, shell sort. Nothing is required. Still you can solve this question without using any actual sorting algorithms. You can solve this question in a very, very easy way. Let me know if any one of you could guess the solution. 2 minutes. Your time starts now. 20:52. I will compare elements and swap. Compare elements and swap. Okay. Chaitanya, you said compare elements, but which element has to be compared with which element? Which element has to be compared with which element? First take the starting no and check whether it is greater than all. First take the starting number and check whether it is greater than all. Okay, let me go and see what he is telling. First take the starting number and check whether it is greater than all. Oh my god, Sudanand, if you have to check whether this number is greater than everyone else, you have to go through the entire array. You have to go through the entire array. In that way, for every element, if you keep checking, you have to traverse this array how many times? N number of times. If there are n values, you have to traverse. Traverse means going from the first element to the last element. How many times you have to do that? You have to do that n times. No, that's not a very good solution. That's not a very good solution, Sudan. Good that you are thinking, but no, not valid. It's not a very good solution. Anyone else? Good that Sudanand has even at least spoken up. Others are not even speaking. Please share your ideas. Whatever useless idea you are getting, just put it on the chat. I want to see how you think. I want to know at which level your thinking is right now, so that I can make my assignment questions accordingly. One more minute left. 1 minute passed. 1 more minute left. Where is Angad? What are you doing, Angad? Ritu, Divyanshu, Ratnesh. What man? What are you doing? Can we break into 3 array and later combine them? Okay, that's valid. Ritu, your idea is valid. It will work also. But you are unnecessarily using extra space to solve this question. Ritu, your answer is perfect. You will get the output. But you are unnecessarily wasting extra space. You have to create 3 extra arrays and later on again combine them back into the present tense. Not a very good solution. Using extra space is not very good. You can use the same array and do the job. Just use swappings. Chaitanya Kakani told compare elements and swap, but he is not telling which element has to be swapped with which element. How to do the comparison? Chaitanya, can you explain me in the chat? Count the number of zeros, ones and twos and fill the indexes. Raju, perfect. Your solution is wonderful. Your solution is much better than Ritu's solution, but still your solution needs 3 extra variables: a counter to count the number of zeros, a counter to count the number of ones, and a counter to count the number of twos. A counter to count the number of twos, ones and zeros. 3 counters are required. 3 variables extra are needed. Sorry, I don't have any extra space. You have to use the same array and solve this question. No extra space, man. Angad says state switch case. Yeah, that's what. Even Raju told the same thing actually. He will use if else, you will use switch case. I got it, Angad. But still, think of a better way. Bhaiya, actually I have always used to be traveling while class because I'm having class in evening till 7 p.m. Oh, Ratnesh. Then what you can do is you can watch my YouTube video and increase my number of views of YouTube video. And subscribe to my channel. I have created a new channel called Subbu's Coding Club. I am just trying out something. You can subscribe that channel and share it with your friends. Watch the video. And yes, I'm not being selfish and asking you to watch the video again. Yesterday someone asked me, sir, I am unable to quickly understand what you tell, but I am sure if I re-watch the entire video I will understand it much better. I guess Sudhanand told me this. That's correct actually. Believe me, at one point of time even I was attending classes of one teacher called the name of the teacher is Raj Vikramaditya. I used to attend his classes. He was a very high class teacher. He used to teach very advanced data structures concepts like dynamic programming, graphs, trees, depth first search, DFS, BFS, breadth first search, all these concepts. Very high class Fenwick trees, segment trees, tries, very advanced concepts. Meet in the middle algorithm and something like that. So I attended his classes and he was very fast. I couldn't catch his every problem. But good thing was his classes were recorded and they were put in YouTube. So I used it to go and rewatch his entire class at 1.5 speed and 1.5x speed. At 1.5x speed. So 1 hour class can be seen in just 40-45 minutes. I can complete the class in just 40-45 minutes. But that helped me a lot. I could understand the classes 10 times better. So you can also use this technique. If anybody is unable to capture my code, capture my logic in one go, don't worry. By night 10-11 my video will be uploaded into the channel. You can just go and rewatch the entire video in just 1.5 or 1.75x speed. I am sure you will, once while you go through the entire video again, you will get it much better. So please do use this technique. I used it, it helped me, so I am just suggesting you. No selfish reasons. I don't want views, I don't want subscribers. It will help you all. Okay, we have very less time left. Let me go and code it myself. Ritu's solution will work, but it needs extra arrays. Raju's solution will work better than Ritu's, but still it needs extra 3 variables. You people also can try out. Yes, Divyanshu, that's a simpler solution. That's a simpler solution, very simple solution. What we can do is what Raju said also we can do. What is Raju's solution? Simply keep 3 counters. Simply give 2 counters. Int 1 is equal to 0. Int 0 is equal to 0. Int 1 is equal to 1. 2 counters are sufficient. And what you have to do is, you have to simply iterate through the loop. Int I equal to 0, int I less than array dot length I plus plus. So what you have to do is, if array of I equal to 0, then 0 plus plus. Else if array of I equal to 1 plus plus. Once this loop completes, you again use another loop. Int I equal to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus. If 0 is not equal to 0, array of I equal to 0. Else if 1 not equal to 0, array of I is equal to 1. Else array of I equal to 2. That's it. My question is solved. Sort 0, 1, 2 alternative Java. Now if I go and run this loop, Java C sort 0, 1, 2 alternative dot Java, Java sort 0, 1, 2 alternative. I could not find the load में यार, इसका नाम क्या है? Sorry, Java sort 0, 1, 2, all zeros are. How can that be possible? Oh sorry, along with incrementation I have to do this 0 minus minus and 1 minus minus. Okay, now this will work. Got it? 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 2 2. Got the solution, right? So this was the simpler approach by Raju, but why I did not appreciate this approach is I have to use how many loops here? One for loop, second for loop, 2 separate for loops. My approach will finish the job in one single for loop, one single while loop. See, I am using only one while loop, and this solution will definitely work. My logic will definitely work. I have to simply do some corrections in the conditions. I will do it for you, and I'll upload a separate video. Got it? Got it, Divyanshu? Got it, Raju? Got it, Angat? Everyone, please say yes if you got the solution. The final solution which I discussed, Raju's solution. Yes. So sorry, the video has gone very long. Let's stop it here. Thank you so much. We'll meet tomorrow at sharp 8 p.m. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed today's class. I hope you all enjoyed today's class. Sorry. See, even I am human, right? To err is human. I can never boast that I never do mistakes. I do mistakes. Coding is a platform where you keep doing mistakes and you keep learning from your mistakes. Okay, just go through this assignments. Please do the remaining questions. This question is solved, partially solved. Okay, please try solving the other questions, 4th, 5th, 7th and 8th and 9th questions. Okay, that's it for today. Goodbye, good night.